Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia, and this is an exclusive first look at a pre-production 2019 Kia Forte. So this is the Kia Forte that's showing up at our dealership probably around mid-September. Now I've had a chance to go over this car, I've driven it on a closed course. It is awesome. There's a lot of things I want to tell you about. So we're going to go through real quickly. Now remember, this is a pre-production car. Anything you see, it could change before it comes out. But what I'm going to tell you is what they told us today about this car. There's a lot to talk about. So let's go take a look. So we're going to start at the front end of the car. It's a whole new car, whole new look, and there's a couple things I want to point out. We've got these signature lights. Now they're available on the basically the mid-level trim and up, and maybe even lower than that. They are an LED headlight that does both high and low beam, and you've got this X pattern of the LED lights there. So it's going to be a really recognizable car. It's got the tiger nose grille out front. You've also got autonomous emergency braking on a number of these models. So we'll talk about that when it comes out, when we get the car at our dealership. But a really sharp look, kind of a unique grille. We've never done this before with this kind of styling here. We've got some fog lights down here. The signal lights are down here, and you've got aerodynamic details as well. These little vents here, they're actually functional. They help with stability of the car. They help move the air through. They even help cool the brakes. Let's go take a look at the side. So we're going to have three different wheel sizes on this car. This is the largest 17-inch wheels. They look really good and they give this car really great handling. And let's talk about handling for a second. This car has improved high-strength steel, so the car is both safer, better noise, vibration, harshness. The high-strength steel allows you to really tune the handling, and you've got redesigned geometry on the handling. So you've got a car that both handles better, but it also is a smoother riding car. It's really, really good. We've driven it against some competitors today, and you can just see the difference in the way it dives on braking compared to the other cars. It just stays really stable, stays flat in the corners. This is going to be a really good handling car, but it's also going to be very comfortable, especially compared to its competitors. The other thing I want to talk about, I should have talked about it when I was at the front of the car, but again, I'm in a big hurry to get this video done for you. The car is going to be all about fuel economy, even though it's also all about handling. It's got a 2-liter engine with an Atkinson cycle. Now you usually hear Atkinson cycle when they talk about hybrids, but the Atkinson cycle engine is going to allow us to get a better fuel economy. We're actually targeting, they're telling us that we're targeting best-in-class fuel economy. The other big piece is the IVT transmission. Now maybe you've heard about the CVT transmission. Turns out Kia hates CVT transmissions. I kind of don't like them either, but this car has an IVT transmission, so it's similar in concept to a CVT transmission, but it eliminates some of those problems. Now you can see we haven't used CVTs in a lot of our hybrids. That's where you see them most often. The reason a CVT is important is because of fuel economy. So this IVT transmission gives us a really great range of gears. So you've got a lower first gear, a lower top gear, so a lower starting gear makes it faster, even though the horsepower numbers aren't crazy good. What you do find is that IVT transmission allows it to have that real torquey, because you can multiply torque with the transmission, and that's what that does down low. So you've got a torquey get up and go. We compared it to a Civic earlier, and holy smokes, the difference in acceleration is great on that initial few feet especially. And then it also allows you a taller gear on the highway. So you've got better fuel economy there, and then you've got an infinite amount of range of gears between those 2 points. Again, it all works towards fuel economy. But the IVT, this intelligence that they've got built into it, makes it feel like a regular 8-speed transmission. You've got varied gears in there, so if you want to drive it smooth in the smart mode, you get that real smooth feel to it. If you want to drive as a sporty car, you've got those 8 gears, and it feels like a regular car. None of the downfalls of the CVT, and again, I've been skeptical of this. I was really worried when they brought it out, but I've driven it today. It's a fantastic transmission. Even if you're skeptical, just drive it, see how it goes. While we're here at the back, we're going to talk about the taillights. LED lights on this particular model. There's a couple different models. They look super good. We're going to do a video. We did a video of Kia Stinger at night. We're going to do this video at night as well when we get this car at our dealership. They've separated the turn signals here. I thought it was kind of a different look until I see it in person. They're not that far removed, but you've got a kind of a unique look. It allows you to have really cool taillights, brake lights up here, that LED look on this particular model, and you've got the turn signals down here. The other thing, while we're at the back here, let's talk about the trunk. We already had pretty much a class-leading trunk anyways. This is a massive trunk. Let's go take a look. All right, so the trunk, the one thing I want to point out before we open it, it is available with a smart trunk on certain trim levels, which means you don't have to wave your foot underneath the car. You can just approach the car with your proximity key. The trunk will open automatically. We've done that in other videos. We'll do it when we get this car at our dealership. They've moved the button to open the trunk, which I really like. They've made it into the backup camera, which is great because the backup camera has a little bit of a detent here. It comes down a little bit, so you can easily find the button. Touch the button, and you've got a class-leading trunk. It is massive in here. Deep floor, really wide, huge trunk, and it doesn't have a lot of intrusions. It's a very usable trunk. We were talking about that, how usability of the trunk. Not a lot of intrusions, the suspension's set out wide, so not only have you got the volume, you know, as if you filled it with sand, you've also got the volume if you're filling with large blocky items like luggage or something that you're practically going to put in your trunk. Huge trunk in here. It's got a little handle pull here so you can shut it without touching the paint, scratching it in the winter with the salt on the car. Works really well. Let's go take a look inside. All right, as we hop in the driver's seat, I am gonna miss some things. They are hurrying me along because I'm the only one that gets to do this today. So this is a pretty cool time for me, but they do have to show this car and do other things with it later. So we're gonna talk about a couple things. In Canada, you get UVO Intelligence. Now that's our system of smartphone app. One of my complaints with it on the previous cars was the reaction time. If you tell your car to start from the app on your phone, it can take some time to get to the car. This car is gonna have the 4G LTE network. That's gonna improve that time. So if you haven't seen our UVO Intelligence videos, swing on over to those parts on our YouTube channel. You can learn about what UVO Intelligence is. Let's talk about the inside of the car. An 8-inch screen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in every model. That's incredible. And the screen in this car, the resolution on it is incredible. It's very, very good. I mean, they described it as almost iPad-like when they were explaining it to us today, and I thought, yeah, right. But it is. It's a great screen. So, of course, a touch screen. This car has automatic climate control. We'll show you some pictures of the interior. I really like the sort of just modernized design around the gear shift. You can see that here. Heated steering wheel comes standard in every trim level. Heated seats come standard in every trim level. This is actually the leather model, but it's not actually leather. It's a synthetic leather, and it is awesome. It feels really good. They say it's more durable as well. I mean, you'd never know it's not leather, but every model with leather also has ventilated seats, and I really love that feature as well. Got a unique steering wheel. You've got auto high beams on this car, so they'll dim and brighten. If you're in the country, you know about that. That works fantastic. These vents in the side here, there's one on each side. They look a lot like the Stinger vents, those aircraft style vents. And again, Stinger look very minimalistic, just like the Stinger. You've got that big 8-inch screen like the Stinger, so I really love that. The transmission, like I said, I was nervous about that. I'm not nervous about it anymore. I'm actually excited about it. I think it makes a ton of sense, and I think Kia got it right. You know, I wouldn't tell you if I didn't think so. The interior feel of this car is much more luxurious. It just is. I mean, you've got a power seat. The seats are cushy and soft, not really, really hard, but they're still firm and supportive wherever you want them to be. I absolutely love this car. So we get to do videos like this because you watch our YouTube videos. Leave us some comments, ask us some questions, give us a like, tell Kia Canada that you like what we're doing, and hopefully we can do more of this. Tell my bosses you want to see more like this. The way to do that is asking us some questions, giving us a positive comment, and giving us likes on this video. There's a lot more I want to show you. I'll take some quick pictures. We'll put them in the video as best we can. Again, when this car comes to our dealership, I want to have a whole bunch of questions from you guys so that we can go through them and give you all the answers you need. Be the best video channel for Kia on the internet. So there you go. This is the 2019 Kia Forte, a pre-production model here. If something in this video has changed between now and then you'll see when it comes out to our dealer. We'll correct that when we see it there. But I am super excited about this car. Thanks everybody for watching.